Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome in to another episode. I hope you all are having a wonderful day and an even better start to your week. Hope you had a just incredible weekend and everyone is doing just awesome. And if you're not, that's okay too, because you know what? Life sucks sometimes and that's okay. So I think too often people think that, hey, you just have to be, even me. I mean, I know I'm a very positive person, but I also know that, hey, sometimes life sucks and that's okay. And in those times that life does suck, you know what? Find the positive in things. And when it does suck, it's going to be okay at some point, but you know, it's okay that life sucks sometimes. So with that, hey, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a part of this. Thanks for tuning in, whether you're in the car and listening to this in podcast land, watching this at work, or at home, wherever it may be. Just thank you for being a part of this. If you're continually liking the content, hey, drop a comment, rate the show, drop me a line, subscribe, whatever it may be. Just thank you for being a part of this. I really do appreciate this weekend, man. First off, we went into the weekend with an incredible show with Andre, and we'll get into that a little bit. This weekend was a great weekend. We had the Masters. Yeah, we had opening day. Right now, if you're watching this, you can see I'm sporting the Yankees hashtag right now, diehard Yankees fan. And we had, I mean, right now is just kind of that part right now where we're coming off March Madness, still licking my wounds a little bit on that one. We have opening day. We got into baseball right now. We've got the Masters. I was talking to a friend earlier and she's talking about Serena Williams. I mean, we just, all the sports right now, it's just a great time of going into playoffs everything playoffs. I just had the whole playoffs. I had that whole thing just run through my head right there when I said that. So it's just a time right now it's a great time for sports. You feel like the weather's starting to break a little bit. We were yesterday, it was like almost 60 degrees in Chicago. And then that was dampened a little bit as I got up this morning and watching the news. And it's like, oh yeah, we might have like 2 feet of snow in the west, and then there's going to be tons of rain. Like we've had so much rain in Chicago, and we're getting a ton more rain and like crazy weather. So, but that being said, find the positive of all things is that I think we might actually be breaking here a little bit with the weather. So fingers crossed. So it's just we're finally getting over the hump where things are starting to change. So it's great. And then Andrea took us into the weekend, and I'm pleading with everyone right now. If you haven't had a chance to listen or watch that episode, please go back and watch it. And from a selfish standpoint, yeah, I want you to go back and you know, watch and listen to my podcast. Yes, for sure. But it's more than that. This is an episode and an information and an educational episode that more and more people need to watch. This is information that needs to get out there more and more. And it's something that needs more airtime, that needs more time on the airwaves. And as Andrea and I were talking, I before he and I met, I thought this was something that everyone knew. I was ignorant to the fact that people didn't know this information. And so this is another reason why that more and more people need to go and watch this and listen to this. And as this weekend was quite a busy weekend for us in our household. And so we're driving around and whatever, all I could think is, once again, living in Chicago or really anywhere, as you see wrecks on the side of the road, I'm just like, shit, man, do these people know that if their car, people can just go and take all this data, they can extract all the data from their cars? Like, do they understand this? Do they understand the gravity of the situation of when they're in a wreck, their data is not protected? And even on Privacy for Cars website, there's a story about and a blurb about, I believe it's a bank CEO, and hopefully I'm getting I don't have the website up right now, but about a bank CEO, and it was a social security number. It was all the bank transactions gone. And that was it. That was extracted from his car because it's on there. And that our rights and are not protected. There's no regulation for this, right? And it's not on malicious intent. This is just stuff that can be taken because there are no regulations on this. So please go back and watch this. Know your rights. I mean, I know I personally, because I do travel so much, and I used to travel so much more, that on their website, not only have I downloaded the Privacy for Cars app either it's on the App Store or on the Google Play Store, download it. You can actually go onto their website and fill out a Google form and say, okay, in the last 12 months, have I been in a rental car? Great. What was the company? If I've been with, personally, because I rent so many cars, I know my rental car agencies. Here are the ones I use. Do you have the receipts for them? If you don't, most likely you have the app for it. So it's all digitized. It's all electronic. Send it to them. They'll go through and they'll look up and see where's your data, and they'll do it for you. Like, it's that simple, people. Go and do it. I personally have done it myself. If you're at a dealership, same thing. Most likely, if you're at a dealership and you're in the manager level, You probably have a demo, right? So say, hey, these are the cars I've driven. They'll do it for you. So please, 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 please go back and watch this. Go enter your information. They'll do the heavy lifting. You just got to enter your information, and they'll monitor and they're obviously not going to sell your data. Or obviously, they're a privacy company, so they're going to take care of your data. So awesome episode. Andrea, thank you. Not only for being on the show, for spreading the good word, but making a company that protects data. That's something that the week before we had Chris Tregus on, and once again talking about security and protecting the top security things that dealerships can do, and it's a really, really important topic that we need to continue talking about it. So just thank you so much for being on the show, and like I said, making an incredible company and making it so seamless and easy for consumers to do, and dealerships to do this. So thank you so much. As you can see right now, if you're watching this, I look a little different. I'm sporting some glasses right now, and hopefully that the glare is from the light's not causing. Hopefully there's not glare. It's kind of tough for me to see right now, so hopefully it's not too distracting. But the reason for that, I normally have got my contacts in. I wear hard contacts, which you think that's like a 1980s. Like, what, the hard contacts, they still exist, Brooke? I didn't think they still existed. They do, and they're not fun. They pop out, and if I'm sitting here and I blink and they like pop out like into the next state, into freaking Wisconsin, they're crazy. So that is why we're looking like this. It's I used to have like perfect vision, 2020, 2010 vision, and then in 2002, 2003. I got diagnosed with a disease of the cornea, and it makes your cornea, which cornea is like you guys are getting an anatomy and medical lesson all on the show. It's like a twofer. You guys are very lucky at this lesson right now. It's like the windshield of your eye, and it gets so thin that, not to get all graphic here, but it can like split open. And that's pretty much what my right one did. It got really, really bad. And so I had to have a corneal transplant in 2008. And anyone that has keratoconus knows that it's not a fun disease. It's not a fun medical condition, to say the least. So I am so grateful for modern medicine and for doctors and surgeons. I live in Chicago, but when I had this, when I was first diagnosed with this, it was out west. My doctors are out west. So in fact, every 6 months I have to fly out to Utah and see them, and they're phenomenal. They're awesome. So huge shout out to Dr. Moshafar and Dr. Meyer out in Utah. Cannot thank them enough, because without them, I literally couldn't see. So I say that all to bring this full circle, is that these contacts, because they are hard contacts, they're like, they just pop out. I know, like living in Chicago, that during usually winter months, that because it gets drier and colder, that they'll pop out. And so I'll probably go through one or two, and it's just a running joke. They're like, oh, Brooke lost another contact. When I turned in my Infinity a couple years back, I think there were like 3 contacts in there. We just never found. So whoever has my Infinity now has 3 hard contacts in them. And we're like, good luck with that. So anyway, so I reached out to my doctor and said, hey, another contact casualty, another one gets shipped out. Another one ships out. I'm sure everyone saw my post about this, whatever. It brings me to the thing of how many people reached out and just said, hey, we've had the same experience, not just with that company, but where did we go with wrong as a society, that we just gave the middle finger to the consumers? Like it took me, and it's been in this spot. I know what it does to a company to go to that spot of social media. And it was very disconcerting that I had to go to that spot. Like, I did not want to go to that spot. That's my very last resort. And I had to go there. I mean, I had to go everywhere. Things that, like, platforms that shouldn't be made for that, I had to go there because I couldn't get anybody to respond to me. And then I was speaking with another individual who actually worked for the company, who used to work for the company. And same thing, he goes, yeah, they make it physically impossible to talk to the company. And so as we started talking with other people, just kind of about, customer service in general, and, how where it's gotten. And I know we've talked about this on other episodes, so we're not going on, I don't want to get into that too much, but just where did we go wrong in business and corporate world, that we just said, I know that you, customer and client, you pay our bills, you pay our salary, you keep us in business, but screw you. We're no longer going to care about you. We don't really care about customer service, because it's got to start at top. So that filters down. So is the employee just not happy anymore? Well, the employee's not happy. Why? Well, it's got to go up to the manager, right? Well, if the manager's not happy, why is the manager not happy? So this is all filtering down. So why did we just decide as a society, screw you, customer service, you suck? And there's so many companies doing this right. So many companies doing this right. I know we talked about Chick-fil-A. I want to bring up also Savannah Bananas. If anyone, obviously you guys know I'm a sports junkie, but this goes more than the sports. They're a baseball team. And they, after a person went and, watched the game, whatever, 2 weeks later, they get a handwritten note saying, thank you, but also they take Bare Naked Ladies song of 2 weeks and they have like their own little spin on it, whatever, but always standing from the customer. But they know that, hey, that's our customer, and that they don't take them for granted. So in all this chaos that's going on right now, and everybody's marking, most people are marking up prices. And it's not just on our industry. This is across the board. What are you doing differently to justify that? Not, oh, it's market price, not market price adjustment. I don't want to hear that bullshit. What are you doing differently? As you as a dealership, you as consumer, you as business, not a consumer, you as business, what are you doing differently? Are you reaching out to the customer and personalizing the journey? Are you offering something different? Because you're making a lot of money. What are you doing differently? Are you taking the time to say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I know this is costing more, but here's how we're changing, or here's what we're doing better, here's what we're offering. Because right now what is happening is you're seeing these customer bases just completely erode underneath us. And who is paying attention to that? Because that's really, really big. So I'm pleading with not just our industry, but all industries, take the time, please, to focus on process, to tighten up your processes, to tighten up your customer service, to improve your customer processes, to improve customer services. Services, is that a word? I don't know. I know. But you know what I'm saying? It is so incredibly important. I know it was early on in I think it was 2020. And it was the first time I had ventured out to go get my nails done. And I knew that my place that I always go to get my nails done, I knew the price was going to be more. I mean, everyone knew it. We knew it was going to be, all the prices were getting jacked up. Now, they first said to me, hey, prices are more. Here's how we've changed our services. And now I knew the little thing that they were doing, it probably cost them $2 more. Did that justify upping their price by X price? No, but it was the presentation that made me feel like, hey, we know we're doing, our cost is more, but here's why we're doing more. And their service is already very, very good. So that, I mean, there's a reason why I kept going back to them. I'm okay paying more as long as that your services are great, your customer service, your process, you treat me like a human being. I mean, I posed a question to dealership worlds. When was the last time that you actually had a conversation, and a personalized conversation, whether that be a handwritten note, a phone call, not an automated bullshit, actually personalized conversation with your consumer post buy, not, oh, your car's up for lease, I'm going to talk to you. Did you actually reach out and say, hey, how's that car working for you, on whether it's their anniversary or 6 months after, not some automated bullshit that you didn't even know went out. Because all this is happening. And like I said, our customer bases are eroding underneath this. I mean, right now, we all know that new cars there's not a lot, there's way less out there right now. So what's happening to fixed ops? Fixed ops, are you reaching out to your customer base? I mean, this is a time right now where we can really capitalize on improving all these different areas and just really get into our customer base. And instead, it's just dwindling underneath us. So I'll kind of get off my soapbox a little bit here, but I just see there's just this huge market and a huge area where we can really capitalize on retaining all of our customers. And not only that, is to go and snatch up all of our competitors, because I guarantee you, I just pulled it, Charles Barkley, I guarantee you, they're not doing it, because statistically out there, I can tell you right now, they're not. I've seen the numbers. Our competitors are not taking care of their customers. They're not taking care of their client base. So why don't we take the time to say, you know what? Not only are we going to take care of our customers and our client base, we're going to take care of yours. And here's why. Yes, it's more, and here's why. So I leave you all with that. Take care of your customer base. Take the time to, tighten up your customer service, tighten up your processes, tighten up the fact that we don't need another damn autoresponders. Stop them. Here's what we're doing. We personalize the journey, whatever it may be. So As always, thank you for your time. Thank you for taking me with you wherever you may be, and for being a part of this journey with me. I sincerely appreciate it. Everyone, have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful rest of your week. That was a tough one for me to get out there. And be the joy in someone's life. Be the reason that someone smiles. As always, lend a helping hand to someone, and we will see you all Friday. I'm excited, and thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.